Dynamite download.
So one of the things that I felt like coming out of last week's show, really our Dynamite download show was,
Yeah.
I thought all week about your comments on the women's division. And it was, to me, since we've started doing the show, that was I felt like one of the most constructive comments that you've been able to provide going forward, really as a team that we've been able to really showcase on the product. I really felt like your take it stuck with me, and it was one of those moments where I'm somebody who I'm very verbose. I can talk quite a bit. I just kind of had to sit back and just let you go, and I thought that you killed it. And I thought your comments and your insight on a division that you've been traditionally very hard on showed a different side of you as far as your take on women's wrestling. So before I get into the leader delete of this match, I'm going to let you, I want you to talk about what happened tonight's show as far as the women's division. Obviously, it all started with Serena Deeb defending her NWA title against Thunder Rosa. Why don't you go ahead and give us your lead to delete on that, and kind of give us your insight on what transpired this week for the women's division on Dynamite.
Yeah, I don't know if it's, finally being home here in New York and sleeping in my own bed or what, but I'm turning a new leaf. And I think AEW, and I was hoping they would have listened to us because, as I tweeted here, I think they were listening to us because last week on episode 8, we were just preaching how if they just feature a core group of women and just constantly, feature them every week, at least as long as it's one of that 4, 5, 6, or one of those core group, you're going to grow that division. And today and tonight, the show and the match was outstanding. And I got a surprise for you later, and you might be, I'm impressed by it. It might be a double surprise, a double swerve, I'll say, not to spoil anything. But the fact that they had 2 performers in the ring really battle it out. The match itself was very good. It started off kind of slow with a lot of the mat work, which, okay, it told a story.
And that's characteristic of Serena Deeb's character.
Right. And that's okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I was entertained and it had my attention the whole time, which is very important. I am a hard critic of the women's division for many reasons. I want them to succeed. I want it to succeed because I'm constantly seeing product in the women's division that is just so subpar and so embarrassing. And tonight was not that. And it was, Thunder Rosa, you're a huge sitting on your high horse right there. Thunder Rosa was very strong. I love how she's aggressive and physical, not just going through the moves. She's actually making you feel those moves and making you feel the pain that they're going through. Last week told its story in its sense, but I felt like it was a lot of like rehearsal. You're going through the rehearsal, and all that. And so I think that you should sign Thunder. She would be a perfect fighting champion. She would be a Cody Rhodes champion where she does the open challenge and you feature her every week. That would be outstanding. We haven't seen the champ on Dynamite since her outstanding victory at Full Gear. You don't even get a package out of that. What are you doing? Nothing. And so I don't know what they're doing with the women's championship. Throw that belt on Thunder, throw that belt on Britt, throw it on someone that you can feature, even if it's not an in-ring performance, you can feature her on commentary. You can feature her on a promo. You can do something like that. Sadly, Sheeta lacks those out of ring segments. Qualities. And if you put it on Thunder, you have this awesome Darby Allin-esque half painted face person, and I would not be mad about having the women's champ almost being like a mirror image of Darby in a sense of that. The Britt Baker interference just had me just like pumping my fist because I was like, yes, thankfully they're adding some core AEW women to the show. And Reba, Rebel, whatever you're going to call her, that's another example of that. So it just really bothers me that you didn't even feature your champion the second week in a row after a really outstanding performance at Full Gear, and you took down an ex-champ, and it's a huge missed opportunity. Maybe there's something going on that we don't know about, but this match, you might need to get a
wait.
drum roll, bro.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. It sounds like this might be
it might
this
be.
might be
It
it.
was my first ever elite match
Oh,
in
yeah,
the women's
baby.
division.
Wow, this is a groundbreaking moment for us here on Dynamite, and as a lifelong fan of yours, SPD, as a friend, it's this is a big moment for you. I'm really proud of you for admitting this, and this speaks volumes. I hope that Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb they watch this and this is the ultimate championship. They got SPD's stamp of approval. This was huge.
You can see that. Thunder Rosa liking our tweets right there, just so you know.
I love
listening,
Thunder Rosa.
and that's
I'm a huge Thunder Rosa fan.
that's
I think
live.
she's incredible.
Someone's ears are ringing.
She's incredible to her fans online. If you aren't following her, if you're not part of the Thunder Nation, you need to get on board. I was just absolutely. I mean, again, I would say, like, my article I wrote weeks ago when Serena Deeb was on a Dynamite. I'm really impressed by what a pro she is. She does all the little things really, 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 really well. And she emotes very well in the ring. She does have that sort of that ground and that grind them out, like, technical side to her that I really enjoy. And I feel it provides a really nice base for all sorts of different type of women out there. Someone who's so technically sound that you can have a high flyer go in there against her. You can go have somebody who's kind of green or a new person work with her. And she just is very smooth in the ring. Always very polished, a pro's pro, and it's really nice to see her as a champion and get some recognition for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That said, this was a star-making night for Thunder Rosa. If you haven't been on board with her in the past, you definitely were after tonight. Her gear was pure fire tonight. It was freaking awesome. The Mexican flag colors, absolutely on point. She killed it tonight. Her overall look has always been something that everybody appreciates about Thunder Rosa. She's very cool. Got that cool vibe to her. Definitely makes her stand out. But she, like you talked about, like, she screams. She draws in the fans. She's got that fire, that energy where you're not falling asleep during her match. That's for sure,
Mm-hmm.
right? You want to see what's going to happen. She's got that fire in her, and she fights like it's her last match. She fights like she's getting food for like money to put food on the table. She's got that mentality that I really love, and she doesn't let go of. She really holds on to that scrapper mentality, and it really defines her. I mean, I also want to say, I know this was on AEW, but this was an NWA Women's Championship title defense. That was the look tonight, guys, and like that was just a phenomenal look. Nice job, SPD, by getting that updated attire. Just absolutely killer outfit tonight by Thunder Rosa. She looked great. Really looked like a star tonight. But I wanted to say, like, speaking of stars, I mean, like, NWA, we need to take a moment and thank them for what they're providing to AEW. Not only Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa, but we also got Ricky Starks from NWA. Some really great talent that NWA has shared with AEW and has gained some notoriety because of it. Anybody who doesn't watch NWA Power, you should also check that out if you have time. It's on YouTube and it's free. Really different throwback type of show, but I want to say NWA, they did a really great job. They had a great showing. Their women's division clearly has a lot of strength to it. And SPD, I feel like you really killed it with your synopsis of how this division can grow. Having a character like Britt Baker on television regularly. Again, I thought her show, her segment on Dark was excellent. It was one of those where she pushed the narrative of multiple storylines. She touched on the Young Bucks book. She talked about, she talked about the tag title defenses. She did a nice job of kind of touching on multiple angles that were happening. Britt Baker is a natural star. And if you allow her, if you allow her now to interact with Thunder Rosa, you have two characters now that we're invested in, right? We want to see that match. I want to see Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. That is a star-making event right there. Like, that is no doubt a phenomenal match. So I think that AEW definitely took a step in the right direction tonight. This was a definite elite for me. Both ladies killed it in the ring. Thunder Rosa definitely goes 100 miles an hour when she's in the ring. Her offense is always
I agree.
on point. And I think Serena Deeb is one of the more underrated sort of all around technicians in women's wrestling. I just think she's such a great base for most different opponents. So really was a great showing tonight.